So, I definitely felt like I had gotten inspired again, I had started writing about where that last, little learning podcast or, little rambling with oneself, but out loud that I would post, and people who choose to see it, listen to it, and people who choose do not to don't. But I am, putting it into the universe and just speaking as it comes. And I got inspired again. I got, very just embraced by how beautiful oneself is, and like how you choose every single lifetime whether you get to go down the spiritual path or not, and how like sturdy and how long, and how you're going to take it. So many different variables. But ultimately, from what I've come to believe, and I believe that everybody has, a destiny, and has, certain things they have to go through to be such a strong soul, and, be able to exert so much change, and not even still be here, be here in a spiritual form or in lesson form, or, in history books or something that they came up with that made sense, so it connects. And it just really goes back to, you don't know when it's gonna come. I had pretty much no idea. And I'm sorry I maybe stop speaking fully. I am messaging somebody back real quick. They asked me my life path number, so I figured I'd share this with my podcast. I'm a life path number 7, and I'm a Sagittarius. Life path 7, Sagittarius. And it's very interesting, learning about myself and what I have to offer, and then learning about others around me, their numbers and their signs, and then looking into astrological birth charts, everything else that falls under it. You get to see where similarities come from just in your subconscious, just come from your underlying person. And it's beautiful. It's set up just for you. And that's why when you throw every situation, every outlook on life, I'm just going to throw it with my whole heart, my whole soul, my whole trust in self, then you're always going to choose to keep going down your own spiritual path, however it may be. With pretty much being from this is, and you gotta understand, this is all from my perspective of what I've learned and how people interact with me and approach me. And sometimes it's not always the greatest. And, obviously I'm going to tell those stories too, because I believe that the dark sheds just as much as the light. But the way that you can naturally change and flip and be in the dark but still be in light, but be in the dark and be in the light, but be dark, exuberating light. You make it you make it yourself. But you are so open and willing and understanding and underlying caring for the human race, people in general, and I get trite about it. I am a fire sign, so I don't want to make it sound like it's all dandelions and rainbows and unicorns. For sure, I've had to understand the intense emotions that come with being a fire sign compared to a water sign, or compared to an earth sign, or compared to an air sign. But with Sagittarius, emotions with air signs and us are very similar because we're mutable, we're adaptable. Not only can we adapt to other people's emotions to make them feel more comfortable, we can also send out our own emotions and have people adapt to ours. So depending on how strong you choose to be, how strong you see yourself in your eyes, so nobody can see you less strong. Because you're going to wear their glasses, you're going to wear their eyes. Literally does not change what's going on in your life, or your being, or your soul alignment. Seriously, like at the end of the day, if it didn't affect you and it literally didn't come in contact with you, it probably didn't need to. It probably had no reason to. Just accept it. And then once you start accepting it with people as a general, you still love souls, you still love interactions, you still love when new people bring to your spiritual path, and when you learn things like mirrors, and then people come in all sorts of mirrors, and then you start learning your own type of mirrors and your own subtext to mirrors. And it's beautiful. That's where you love people, but you also have to learn how to love yourself, love thyself. Because if you surround yourself in energy that is so not even just completely lower, but it's deciding to recognize it and know it and stay down here and just decide that there's no way I can change it. It stops you from believing that you can do anything possible in this world. Then I just say I would reevaluate it. Because I'm very empathetic. I'm very caring of all souls. I know everybody's had an experience, and I believe in one thing that I say about manifestation. Some people who get awarded the biggest manifestations, a lot of the time, are the people who go through the hardest lessons. That's pretty much like the key to getting a supply of like endless abundance of manifestations. You're never missing out or like wishing, oh, I wish I had the next manifestation and the next great thing, because it's just like continuously happening and overflowing. Because you start just seeing, oh, everything I do manifests this. Everything I do manifests that. So what am I going to do right now to start changing it? And not changing that outside perspective, not changing what's going on in my outside being by yelling, stomping, trying to change and force and beat myself up when I'm not focusing just on one thing, and this will change everything and everything will be so much better if I fix this one part. No. Take the situation as it is. Take everything outside as it is. Be your home. Be your center. Live in yourself. So then everywhere you are, you live there. Now, understand I have an apartment that I pay for and I live and I am comfortable. But anywhere I go, I am home. Because I trust in myself to bring myself where I need to be. I trust in my body as I trust in my mind. My mind trusts in my body. So it's a very cohesive, very healthy relationship in that sense. I understand my body actually a lot more. Not a lot more than I understand my mind. But my body's very, just naturally in tune with itself. Naturally in tune with what feels good for, junk food amount compared to how much, vegetables and fruit, and how I'm just forcing myself to eat vegetables and fruit because I'm trying to lose weight or I'm trying to get energy. So now I'm missing the whole point of it, and I'm getting all this weight, but unhealthy. And 5 pounds look like everything to me. Like on my body, 5 pounds may look like 10. 5 pounds may look like only 7. But usually you can see it. And I never let it sway, oh wow, I just gained weight, I need to lose something. Like, what did I do a little bit different this time that I gained a little bit more weight? Understanding it, and it usually falls in a pattern.